2025 was an all-time low for my style. I didn't take any risks and I feel like I wore the same outfit every single day. My style was most expressive during like 2020, 2022 during the pandemic. I was inside and bored and I used that time to try new things. I wore a lot of bright colors and statement pieces, and I'm not saying that every single outfit was a hitter, but at least I tried different things. Knowing that no one would see the outfits except for the ones that I posted gave me a lot of confidence to do whatever I wanted. Looking back, I'm not sure if I would wear these same outfits. I think a lot of them are very much out of my current comfort zone. I wouldn't say that I had a specific style in the past, but I definitely experimented more than I do now. And posting during the pandemic encouraged me to try new silhouettes and style different clothes, regardless of if they were comfortable or not, because I remember having some outfits that were too tight and they were impractical, but I still wore them and posted in them. I think my style lulled in 2023 because things were kind of going back to normal. I was back to my everyday life. And then that continued into 2024. But at least in 2024, I went on a lot of vacations and I did wear fun outfits, but only on the vacations. I think, again, knowing that no one that I personally know would see my outfits gave me confidence to do whatever I wanted and wear whatever. And being on vacation, it's like relaxing and I have no real stress, so I have ample time and energy to focus on my style. And this trend of not wearing anything out of my comfort zone in my day-to-day life has continued up until now. So, what's not working right now? Well, I don't have that spark that I am looking for. I feel like I've tried a lot of different things, as you do when you're young, and I haven't landed on anything solid. Right now, I would say that I dress for comfort and practicality before anything else, and I don't truly care that much about how it looks. Like, I will go to university looking like a slob or go to the grocery store looking like a slob if it means that I am comfortable. That doesn't mean that I think every outfit that I wear is just so ugly. I don't believe that, but I don't think anything is fashion forward or I'm taking a risk or really even putting much thought into anything. It makes me feel a little bit sad to think about how much I used to love fashion, and looking at the situation now, I'm kind of like, it's just a means to an end, where I'm like, I have to get dressed, let me just get dressed. I don't put any thought into it. And I don't think I necessarily have to put a lot of thought into it every single day, but it makes me sad that I went from caring so much to not caring at all, because I don't want to just give my closet a revamp. I actually want to give my style a revamp. I don't want to just buy a bunch of different things just to buy them and have new pieces. So to work with what I have, the main things that I have are maxi skirts. I do have a good selection of those. In terms of tops, I do have a good selection of solid colors. I have a lot of sweatpants and also hoodies and crew necks. And then in terms of what my closet is kind of lacking, I don't have a lot of pairs of jeans because I don't find them that comfortable, and I don't have a lot of printed tops. So when I do look for fashion inspo, I am going to keep that in mind, that I don't have an abundance of those. Another thing to keep in mind that I have a lot of is graphic and concert tees. I have no idea how to style them now that they don't look frumpy. So right now I usually just use them for sleep shirts. I also have mini skirts, but I do not have mini dresses. I have a lot of maxi dresses, but none of them that are short. Obviously, there's not only bad things to my style. I do want to compliment where I can. I do like that it's practical. I do like that it's quick and easy in the morning. I don't have to put a lot of thought into it because I can kind of just match a pair of sweatpants with a crew neck or a hoodie. And I like that I'm comfortable. Honestly, comfort to me, I would say, would still be a priority in revamping my style, because I think it's my biggest barrier when I buy new clothes. If they're uncomfortable or they're itchy or something's just not quite right, I will not reach for that piece. So I do want to keep that in mind. mind when I'm trying to find my style that this is something that I do know about myself. And as I've mentioned, things that I don't like about my style right now is very boring, it's uninteresting, and I rarely feel put together, especially when I'm in public, like at the university or going grocery shopping or something. I don't feel proud of what I'm wearing. Some struggles that I think are out of my hands when it comes to finding my style is the fact that plus sizes are not always available. So I can fit into an XL in most brands, but that doesn't mean that the particular material or style of the outfit is going to be comfortable. And I do like a more oversized look because oversized usually means more comfortable. And even though I can fit into an XL at a lot of straight size brands, I don't like the feeling of shopping somewhere where I don't feel like I belong. When everyone else in the store and all the mannequins and all the models and all the TikToks you've seen hauling these clothes are all a particular body type and you have a different body type, it kind of takes away from the experience. I used to really like thrifting, but I have noticed that even the clothes at the thrift stores in the plus size sections are ugly a lot of the time. I think there's also a lack of middle ground, at least in the thrift stores that I go to, where they have small sizes and then they have super plus sizes, and there's not really something between there. And I rarely find that the plus sizes fit me well or look in style. So thrifting to me has become something unenjoyable, honestly. Unlike a store, you never know what to expect with thrifting, but when you go thrifting and it's just week after week, it's just ugly stuff or things that don't fit and nothing is quite right. It's just very discouraging. And then in terms of plus size stores, the only one I have near me is Torrid, and the clothes there are ugly. It's like, ha ha ha, who would wear that? Until you realize someone actually has to wear that. It's so disheartening going in there. I have been in there, I think, twice in my life, and both times it was just full of ugly clothes. They were not fashionable at all. And it makes me really sad for the plus size girls that have nowhere else to shop, because at least I can fit into some straight size brand, but there are women bigger than me who are forced to shop at Torrid and like Torrid-esque stores that are clearly not catering to the style that people want to wear now. So while it's amazing that there are plus size options for people, I wish that stores like Torrid would take their customers more seriously. I had a positive experience with my style recently because my sister and I went to the mall and she was looking for things to buy me for Christmas, and so she asked me if there were any stores in the mall that might have some clothes that I would like. And H&M is kind of that place for me in the mall because they carry up to a double XL in a lot of their things, and then some things they carry in plus sizes. So we did go there, and at first I was very disinterested. Nothing was catching my eye. I just wasn't visualizing anything in my closet. But then I noticed how seriously my sister was taking it, where she was kind of like pointing things out that I'm like, I know she would think that's ugly, but she genuinely was thinking like, hey, would you be interested in this? And the thing is, yeah, because my sister and I, she is 15 years old, so our styles are very different. And so I think seeing someone else put the time and effort and care into kind of shaping a style for me on a very basic level kind of ignited me to think like, maybe I should take this seriously. And so we did find, I want to say 5 or 6 pieces, and we tried them on. And so the ones that I did like, I was like, these are the ones that I would be interested in getting. And so I did get 3 new pieces for Christmas, this zip up cardigan being one of them. And so while I was reluctant to do it, it was very helpful actually, and it definitely was a huge step in the right direction for my style journey. I don't want to just buy a bunch of different stuff from the store and like stock up my closet, because truthfully I have a full closet. I just need to figure out how to style stuff I already have for me. Because style is not something that you just make a list and you check it all off, I am going to make vague goals that will kind of guide, hopefully, my style in 2026. As I mentioned, I have a lot of skirts, and I wear my skirts most, again, on vacation and on the weekends. I don't really wear them that much in my regular day-to-day life. So I would love to find a way to restyle them in a way that fits my lifestyle. Maxi skirts can be a bit impractical, but I think if I just figure out a way to style them, they can definitely fit within my comfort level and still be fun. I would also love to level up my loungewear because realistically, I don't think that I'm gonna go from wearing sweatpants, crew necks, and leggings every day to just magically wearing like maxi skirts and perfectly styled and accessorized outfits. So if I could kind of find a way to take sweatpants and crew necks and make them a little bit more fashionable or a little more something out of my comfort zone, just so I feel like I'm making some sort of progress towards the end goal of having a style that I feel proud of. My prediction is that maybe layers is the key, so that is definitely something that I am gonna have to play around with and figure out. And then with all my concert tees, I would love to find a purpose for them in my style. Like going on Pinterest gives me some inspiration, but I just don't know how these things would look on me, and I also don't know how practical they would be, because at the end of the day, I still want there to be an ease to my style. I don't want to put too much thought into getting dressed every single day. So some questions that I would like to answer in 2026 are, can a graphic tee look good with a skirt? And how does a big shirt look with a mini skirt on a plus size girl? Because I do worry that it would be a bit frumpy, and even just saying plus size girl is not specific enough because everyone has a different body type, and I think it's about proportion, like how long are your legs versus your torso. So I think 2026 would also be a great opportunity for me to maybe learn about my body type. I've seen things on TikTok, like the generic ones like apple, pear, hourglass, those. But then also I feel like people are kind of getting more in depth with it. And like I've seen some that are like classic or soft. I, again, don't know that much about it, but I do think that that is something that could be at least worth looking into and see if there is some underlying knowledge there that I would like to apply to my style. And then another thing that I would like to look into for 2026 is my color palette. I think this has been quite a big topic on TikTok for the last couple of years, trying to figure out if you're like, I think it's winter, summer, spring, and autumn. I know a lot of people have done a professional color analysis, and I have no intention of doing that, but doing a little more research into it and kind of seeing if I feel that any of it applies to me could be very helpful. I am not completely against my style right now. Like, I definitely want to keep incorporating sweatpants and crew necks and loungewear into my fashion, but I don't want my fashion to be only that. So I think I have a good plan for this upcoming year, and hopefully through following all of this, I can get my spark for fashion back. Because I want my journey to finding my style to be fun. It's not something that I want to flip and change in one day. So hopefully when I check in at the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I have a little bit more of a fun, passionate style. Here's to wearing what we want in 2026.